So what is the Insurrection Act, and why might a recent Supreme Court decision make it more likely that the president would invoke it?
The most powerful thing we haven't used, the Insurrection Act.
I'm Steven Portnoy. Let's check it out. Amid the scuffles between anti-ICE protesters and federal agents in Minneapolis, President Trump posted on social media that if state and city leaders don't stop professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking ICE, he'd invoke the Insurrection Act. The night before, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche posted about a Minnesota insurrection. He promised to stop the mayor and governor from their terrorism by whatever means necessary. Now, Minnesota officials insist there is no terrorism and no insurrection in these anti-ICE demonstrations.
Let's be very, very clear. This long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement. Instead, it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of Minnesota by our own federal government.
Governor Tim Walz later posted a direct appeal to the president, urging him to turn the temperature down. Now, back to the Insurrection Act. On the books since the earliest days of the Republic, the Insurrection Act gives the president the power to federalize the National Guard or to even use active duty troops to enforce the laws or suppress a rebellion. Generally, under what's called the Posse Comitatus Act, it's illegal for the military to engage in domestic law enforcement, but the president can get around that by invoking the Insurrection Act. It was last done in 1992 by President George H.W. Bush to put down the L.A. riots that followed an acquittal in the police beating of Rodney King. At the time, that move was requested by California's governor. But against the wishes of Southern governors in the 1950s and 60s, Presidents Eisenhower, Kennedy, and Johnson invoked the Insurrection Act to enforce civil rights laws and court orders to desegregate schools in the South. Now, President Trump has talked about taking this step before. He's already deployed the National Guard in various cities. But last month, the Supreme Court issued this order blocking the deployment of out-of-state Guard troops to Illinois. It was complicated, but the court basically said the president hadn't met requirements under the specific law he invoked. He'd have to look to other statutes or possibly use active duty troops. In a footnote, Justice Brett Kavanaugh said one apparent ramification of the court's decision was that it could cost the president to use the U.S. military more than the National Guard. An invocation of the Insurrection Act against a governor's wishes would be historic, and it would surely prompt legal challenges.